The hollow paws beneath. Part 1. Whispers from the Kennel Hill. In the summer of 1967, the heat clung to the trees like a fever that wouldn't break. The small town of Wethershade, tucked somewhere between cornfields and the forgotten veins of Route 9, held its secrets close. An old rise of dirt and dry grass behind the decrepit water tower, where dogs barked at night even when none were alive. Children dared each other to climb it, though few did, and fewer still spoke of the clearing at its crown. He saw the unmistakable silhouette of Rusty sitting still beneath the oak, head tilted, tongue hanging slightly, waiting. No paw prints, no mark. But Rusty's collar long, buried with him, was lying neatly on Toby's pillow, but none older or more quietly spoken of than the hill. Kennel Hill, they called it. Toby Rains was 13 when he first saw it. He had just lost Rusty, his basset hound, and best friend of the wheels of his father's truck. Toby buried him in the backyard with his own trembling hands, sobbing into the dust, while cicadas screamed. That night, he heard a scratching. "She's not one to wander," the old woman fretted. "But last night I heard her crying." Then nothing. Gentle, persistent, just outside his bedroom window. Markers, some made from wood, others etched with care into field rocks. Names faded, a date here or there, all small, all low to the ground. Whispers in a language Toby didn't understand, soft and rhythmic, like lullabies from a long-dead nursery. Always near the hill, and the town was sleeping when he slipped out. The air was thick with the hum of summer insects, and the wind carried with it a strange sweetness like turned soil and distant rot, always pulling him closer. At first, he believed it was grief playing tricks, but when he looked out into the moonlight the next morning, the soil in the backyard was undisturbed. He told no one, just stared. She reached out to Toby without a word, and he, against every instinct, took her hand. Then from the woods came another shape, then another. Dogs, cats, birds, dozens of them. Unmoving, eyes gleaming. Days passed, then a week, then the whispers began. The whispers returned louder now, overlapping in a frenzy. And in the center, a great pit, open and dark, breathing, became at dusk, just as the sun melted into the trees. Heads low, it followed Mrs. Heller everywhere but never once blinked, as though waiting for something. One morning, Mrs. Heller from down the road stopped by, asking if Toby had seen her cat. Toby nodded, but his mind was already on the collar. Rusty's collar once again beside him. Rusty's scent had returned to the room. That night, the scratching came again. This time, Toby followed it. The moon was nearly full. The hill stood quiet. At its top was a clearing of crooked stones. He knelt beside one, Buttons, 1951 to 1960. Next to it, a mound freshly disturbed, no marker yet, by of wet fur and soil, and that same pale girl, waiting with an open hand. Then he heard it, a low growl, behind him. Toby turned. A dog, mangy, thin, but standing, stared back, one eye milky, the other glowing faintly in the moonlight. "Rusty," he whispered. It didn't move. Toby stood frozen. The air buzzed with energy. Then silence. All at once, the animals bowed. From behind a tree emerged a figure, a child, or what looked like one. Prige. She wore a dress bleached by sun and time, her skin pale and tight over bone. Eyes black as coal. In an instant, the clearing shifted. Gone were the dry stone. Now rows neat, endless, of tiny graves. The child whispered something in his ear. P. Didn't understand it, but the meaning sank into his marrow. The earth remembers. And it wants. The next morning, Toby awoke in his bed, mud on his feet, leaves tangled in his hair. But something had changed. That afternoon, Mrs. Heller's cat returned, but it wasn't quite right. Its eyes blinked out of sync. It didn't meow, only made a low rumbling purr that never stopped. Neighbors whispered. Animals were coming back, but different. Toby didn't go near the hill again, not until the dreams came. Dreams of digging, paws against what? The dreams didn't stop. And on the 7th night, Toby heard scratching again. Not at the window this time, from beneath the floor. End of part 1.